Welcome back to Wickerson Studios. This is the intermediate advanced section of the Python one-liner textbook that I'm studying, and I'm trying to make some interesting customized nodes and scripts, and certainly some perfect geometries. I've always been influenced by mathematics, not so much computers, but I know where I was interested, decades ago. I'm now able to really explore. What I have is a logistic regression algorithm running out of this one, and in one-liner, very simple to know. And this is taking that script and bringing that into some interesting geometries and doing what I was getting very proficient at in Grasshopper surfaces. This is a closed, perfect rep driven by machine learning and logistic regression. So I not only have the ability to jump in here and alter how many pieces, how many sections this is sliced, I can actually change the range of the high, medium, low, and high as to what they reference in searching for the sigmoid function. And I can actually take this through a few iterations here from a value list, and you see the shape changing accordingly. Really some drastic changes that are happening in here as it follows different maths. Not only that, as I slide through this function and produce data, that's really what it's doing. I have pulled out, I've had to work with NumPy arrays, which I've had trouble with in ghPython, getting that data to read. So floats, I'm having difficulty. Types, data types, and assigning types I've had a little trouble with just because I'm working in Grasshopper. I'm sure I will figure it out. The script is fairly simple. We'll go into that. I've had it on past ones. But here's where it gets into Grasshopper. And you can change up your planes. You can change up your, you see that runs right across the base. I can play with some nice parameters, very fast-moving scripts to change this beautiful geometry and grab different iterations of it. And I think I just lost my blue, which is what I like to highlight too. So let me just jump in here and see if I can't slide that one around. You see I can start to pull and push that. Really beautiful forms through this geometry, all based on circle geometry and evaluating curves at certain parameters, and then building lines and lofting that. And after I get that certain loss, what I'm doing is I'm going in and I'm using my extrude the normals or evaluate the surface, and then I'm pushing it in a way vectors towards those normals with an amplification, which I'm able to do and change, remake a point, and then I use this kind of system because I can't just loft. I could try and loft all the edges together, but I think it's safer to break it apart and take your lofts in sections from one side to the next. Those aren't actually visible. Let me grab these and make these ones visible for a second. Preview on. You can see I can slide through and grab each face and front and side from what's been brought between those two sections, which is really nice. Take that one back off. Preview off, and then I'm left with a single. That's the main thing. Is this is literally a closed rep. No matter what I do mathematically, even though we're getting into incredibly small numbers, epsilon actually, or to the exponent, like moving the decimal so far to the right of the exponent to make it so small, or to the left to make the numbers so small. But I do like this. I like iterating through it. I actually have a couple of iterations on here that I've chosen. This one I can take off, and actually I can take this one off, and I can put this one on, which is a little smaller. And I like that one. I like the way it twists up and turns and gets these perfect forms. And for continuity and playing off a surface to make these some geometric forms might be very nice. And I could certainly get in here and change. I don't know how much this change. Yeah, this one definitely has manipulating the ability around what's happening on this as I go. If I change those sizes, you see I'm lifting it up off the base and it's not completing, but you're still left with this beautiful brep object, which is take this over into an emap. There we go. Nice little object to look at. And I think what I'll do is put that object onto layer 3, and we can hide that if we didn't want it. Or we could hide the other one and bring that one out if we liked it. And then we can go back in and play a little bit around with this. I kind of like it in the blue mode to what's being seen. I'll bring this picture down here if that's actually where it ended up.